Hello, my beautiful Scorpios. Oh my goodness, I missed you guys so much, and I'm sending you so much love. Happy spring, happy April, and happy Easter, Passover to all of you, those of you who celebrate. And let's get started here. I know it's been a while. Um, all right. Now, most of you, you know how I do my readings. For those of you who are new here, welcome. The first half is generally going to be about you and what you're going through, career, love. I generally tend to stick to love, but anything can come out. And the second half will be about your soulmate, okay? How they're feeling about you, etc., etc. Um, Keep in mind the energies can be flip flopped. Okay, in a general reading, it's not going to resonate with every Scorpio out there. But for those of you, who are looking for something more tailored to your specific situation, you will require a private reading. Okay. Now I do offer live one-on-ones and also pre-recorded readings. Okay. So let's get started. Um, so we're starting off here with beautiful energy, rejoice and celebration. This would be like the Three of Cups. And also partnerships and alliances. Now, it's interesting how there are two threes here. That sticks out to me right away. But I tell you, I feel an energy of, first off, it's feeling like, okay, there's a message of, okay, those of you who've been, I feel like, maybe waiting on either a career change, a job offer. It could be like a new apartment, a new way of living. It's feeling like something along those lines. Or maybe you've been waiting for somebody to notice you. There's something of that coming out. I feel like the time has come or will be coming, like kind of within a three. It's feeling like the timeline is going to depend for all of you. I just saw 222 on the timer. Some of you, it feels like there's something with the threes. So like 3 days, 3 weeks, 3 months. It's feeling like something like that. But the time has come. Now, I also feel like, those of you maybe, there's a Queen of Cups here and a Five of Pentacles. It's almost like an energy of, like when we get into our feelings sometimes and it's just, like we feel helpless and, why isn't anybody doing this for me, or why, like I'm putting things out there or I'm doing so much and like no one seems to notice. There's an energy. Also, I need to be very blunt here. You guys know I don't sugarcoat. There is an energy here, though, also of just a plain old pity party, which we all go through. We definitely do. Just for like no reason. There's this energy of just like feeling very sensitive about things. But this just feels like a plain old pity party as well. And it's feeling like those efforts, have paid off, will be paying off very shortly. But I also feel like, now, for those of you who've been kind of like waiting, it almost feels like you're, okay, somebody out there maybe like waiting for a miracle in a way. Now, I'm not saying that miracles don't exist. They have happened. I've seen them. I've experienced them myself. But there's an energy here of somebody needs to get off their hump. Okay, and I love you, but get off your hump and put some energy towards, or some action towards something. If something isn't working, a lot of times we can wait, but like there's an energy of somebody out there needs to be more of a go-getter. Okay, maybe something isn't happening because you're doing it the wrong way. Some of it may not be enough. It may not be, or you're just like waiting for somebody. If that resonates with you or that hits you, then that's for you. Now, those of you, though, there is an energy, the bulk, though, coming out of really something I feel that you've sacrificed. I feel also like you've done a lot of good for others. I feel like that is about to be returned to you. Now, alternatively, there is an energy here, though, of, I'm going to be blunt, like of self-sacrifice. And some of you, may need to or have been learning the lesson of like sacrificing yourself to the point where you have nothing left to give. Like let's say if it's like you offer services or you have a business or whatever you do, and or like even helping people, right? If you don't charge for that or you just keep doing it all for free because you feel you have to, you're going to run yourself down. Or like you think because, well, I'm a good person, so I need to, do all this for free and just whatever. It's like an energy of you're going to be in lack. There's like a fine line between kind of, I like to say, it's a line that actually my friend, one of my best friends, we joke about. It's like doing your community service. You must. I feel like it's important and honorable to do so, but it has to be on your terms. And, just because like other people, are like demanding things of you, you don't need to do it. It's a fine line. You have to do what you can. First, you have to be kind of whole or, again, at least have something to give. But like, it's a fine line between like, doing your community service, doing what you have to do or what you should do once in a while. But it's like, if you do it too much, you're going to have nothing left to give and you're going to suffer. And in a way, it's like, it's not the universe's fault. Maybe some of you, it's like an energy of give more wisely. It's like if you keep giving, you have nothing left to give. And I'm also getting an energy again, like of, not becoming a monster and not helping people in need. But it's more of do what you can. But if you give so much to the point where you have nothing left to give, you're destroying yourself. You have to funny, the Six of Pentacles here. It's like give wisely. Don't give in to like so much like again, like if there's like any pressure, from people who, I want this, I need that, oh, I'm asking politely. If you can't do it, you can't do it. And if it's something that you're doing in a way like out of the goodness, again, the Queen of Cups, this is like out of the goodness of our own hearts, right? It needs to be appreciated. Don't feel like you need to give. You can't help everyone. You can't appease everybody's request. Especially like if you're, I don't know, like you offer a service or you're like it could be like you're in the public eye. There's a lot of pressure on you. You don't have to give in to everybody. You can only do so much. Balance is important. Maybe some of you have learned that lesson, over time. Because I am feeling like an energy of renewed self-worth. But for those of you still there, there's a big energy of you don't need to help everybody. Know when to say no or when to just ignore it. You can't be like give. Sometimes it's not helping people. If you give too much, it's like people get used to it and then they get annoyed at you when you don't. And then, you're carrying hard, then you start feeling bad. It's like, okay. But a lot of you, I just feel like there is an energy of times changing. I'm getting like an energy of, I'm hearing a new house, new apartment, or like, because it's feeling like maybe signing a lease, getting a new job. It's something like that. Like, and I also feel though, like somebody is going to notice you. Somebody is maybe noticing you, giving you a chance. In career, this feels more like career, living, like the home situation, the job situation. It's feeling like something like that. There will be something to literally rejoice in the coming weeks. There is an energy here too of those of you who maybe sought help, professional help for something. It's going to pay off. If maybe some of you, like worked on did some shadow work on yourself, on your traumas, anything like that, it is paying off. You're coming out in a much better way. There's an energy of harmony within oneself, and with one's experiences. I feel like masculine and feminine energies kind of coming together. This would be the feminine balanced out by the masculine. It's like logic versus emotion. How I feel versus, okay, logic, working through it. Or the logic balancing it out at the end. Whatever way this is resonant, that's what I feel. I feel like it's like a gift being given to you. Okay? But some of you, there is an energy though of, I'll reiterate, effort needing to be put in, or like a change up. Okay? And also it's like if something's not working, you have to change it up. Knowing when to do that and when not to, you know what I mean? What you need, it's one of the toughest things in life, I think, it's like when to keep putting energy towards something, be it a relationship, love, a job, a career, a hobby, whatever it is. It's like, should I keep going or should I change it up? And that's one of the greatest decisions I feel we can all make in our lives. It's like the wisdom of knowing when to continue and when to stop, when to do nothing, when to put more. But that's what I feel is like kind of becoming clear. Look at that. Recognition and reward. This deck has a lot of different messages, okay? And they're not... This is major. I feel like something is about to pay off. Those of you who put in the right work, it's going to pay off. You're feeling better about yourself, about your life, about your experiences. Also, there's an energy again of knowing who to help or when to help, when not to, when to, do again, like your community service, doing things out of the goodness of your heart, like with no, be it payment or, it's okay. You don't need to worry about it. But you need to choose when to do that. But it's more an energy of, like not giving in to pressure. People need to be grateful, for what you do. And then, if you don't do it, well, then that's, if you're not feeling up to it, you don't have to. Not giving in to, like everyone's demands. You can only help so many people before, you get sucked dry. But yeah, there's a really beautiful, and it feels, look at this, patience and planning and balance. I feel there's a mixture of, balance really is power. When we are in balance, that's when we're in our true power. That's the truth. And I feel because you've done certain things or have been doing certain things, it will come to you. Being in balance allows you to see the truth, allows you to see very clearly because you're not in fear anymore, not trapped in fear because you would be imbalanced. Do you see? And I feel like part of, coming to the light is going through the dark, facing your own or facing our own darknesses that we all have. It's not all, hearts and flowers and love and light. Life is not that. See, funny, I cut the shadow. We all have a shadow, and we have to embrace that. We all have a shadow side. Everybody. You, me, Tom, Dick, Harry, Mary, Jane, whatever. And I think to deny it, you would be a fool. the more you understand it, the less you fear it. Fear is what makes it run you. Look at this. So patience and planning, this came out, well, deception and envy. There is a big energy, I feel, when you're good at something, or you kind of offer a service, or I keep saying offer a service, or, you have a business, or whatever you do for a living, whoever you are, even in like a relationship, if it's just love, if it's that, because heart chakra is here. There is an energy, always beware of these envious people. There are people who will, some people expect you to do this and that because, you're so good at it. You should want to do it. Ignore these people. Because in reality, a lot of them they're just benefiting off of you, which is okay. It's fine. That's how we learn, when we share with others. It's very important, I feel. And I just saw 1616. We have to share, right, with others. Otherwise, the world would be a really cold place. But when when people start demanding it of you, aren't respectful, of it, that's when, you need to just put your foot down. Know who's who. But also, I feel it's like an energy of know your limits. Love, but don't become obsessed with like doing for others all the time. But don't get to a point that's what I want to say is like, don't go so far as to go unbalanced and do nothing for no one. Now, this is funny. The 7-7 is here. 7-7 may mean something to you. Honey, we started off with 3-3. I just saw 17-70 and now 7-7. Feels like good energy for you. Gotta say. Just watch these people. This can even be like, if you own a business or something, like freeloaders, who just want, they expect this for free, or, give me a constant disc, this, that, like, they just try to, like, shortchange you all the time. You get what you get. And I think it's a fine balance between, like, taking care of, doing what you need to do. Doing what's good for, I think being like friends, being a bit, whatever. But it's also like, don't allow yourself to be used. People pay for what they want. Don't be fooled. Mental conflict and sacrifice. There's like an energy here of, like some people who may come at you like, oh, that's so selfish. Oh, you should want to do this. You should want to do that for free. I feel like if they're not doing it, like, don't worry about what they say. Do your, as I say, your community service, your, out of the goodness of your heart. Make it a point to do so, but on your damn terms, not other people's. Sometimes you have to make that sacrifice. If you drain yourself to the point where you have nothing left to give, what good are you? That's how you, look at that, fertility. That's how you remain fertile. I like to think of it in a way as, like if you ever like know about gardening or, planting, gardening. If you plant sometimes the same thing in the same soil year after year, it won't grow anymore because what happens is the plant like kind of sucks all the nutrients out of a certain area. It needs a little rest. It needs a little rejuvenation. Sometimes with like, if I recall, I think it's like the cruciferous stuff like cabbage, Brussels sprout, those kinds of things, or like certain things. If you plant things in the same pot without rejuvenating the or giving it a rest, it won't grow. Sometimes you need to know your limits, and then that's what how things remain fertile. Okay, so that's what I feel so far. That's a really nice energy to be in. So good for you, Scorpio. I really feel some nice things coming. And I feel like it's a lot of you because you faced your shadow. You went through the dark shit. Your own, too. Your own, or you're going through your own things. But it's not like... it's more... you're facing it to overcome it. Or to live with it. But you're coming out in the light. Forgive these kinds of things. You're seeing it from a higher standpoint. Now, let me get into love now. Like, let me see what's going on in love. Let me see. Oh, new beginnings. Heart chakra. Wow. I gotta tell you, there's wow, balance, victory, and success. And stand your ground. There's a lot of you, I feel like you're, okay, if those of you maybe have felt like, oh God, like, what had I done to myself? What, like, what, if you were like, if you felt like maybe you were a pushover, or that it's feeling like, or if you feel like maybe you've lost yourself in an old relationship, a lot of you are coming out like transforming your own energy, transformation. And this stand your ground is sticking out. A lot of you, I feel, are learning or relearning how to not tolerate certain things. Standing up for what's right, what's not right, in love, in a relationship. And you know what it feels like, this new beginnings? This feels like it feels more like a new person. But should it be a past person? This reading really feels focused on you. And I feel like what you once tolerated, maybe months ago, year ago, whatever, you're not anymore. And I feel like that's the new beginning. And I feel like, how do I say this? Those who cannot kind of handle, whether, like, let's say if you were a bit of a pushover, or you gave so much, you won't be doing that anymore. And those who can't handle that will shy away. The users will shy away. Users in your life. There's a big energy here of users shying away from you, and that's a good thing. For those of you who are interested in new love, it feels like that will happen. But I feel like you're going into it almost as a different person. There's a genuineness. It's almost like, again, like standing one's ground. It's an energy of like not to hurt, but like you're not afraid to upset someone anymore. To ruffle someone's feathers. Let's say it is like ruffled feathers. Feathers need to be ruffled sometimes, right? Especially with, like, again, when you're meeting people, like, hey, do you want a relationship? Or, do you just want something casual? Like sometimes there are some people out there, these are like the annoying ones who don't want to marry you or don't want to, like, fully commit to you, but they want you to act like you're a boyfriend, a girlfriend, but don't want to, like, commit. They don't want to put the title, but, they expect you or whatever to act like that. Goodbye. You're not tolerating that anymore. Okay, get out. Go find someone who wants to do that. There's an energy of, like, fairness now coming through. And I don't feel that it's unreasonable to have, like, let's say, like, the not like an expectation, but kind of like maybe a given of reciprocity. That's how everyone stays good, let's say, or everyone stays balanced. Now, again, when people are going through something legitimately, see, this is what there will be times, right, when it's not going to always be in balance, right? There are sometimes you need to do what you need to do for somebody who is in genuine need. That's why I want to reiterate, like, to not misconstrue my words. There are times when, people are really, someone's could be really suffering and they will not be able to give back to you. Or maybe not at this time. But sometimes where you will have to, and you should. But I'm feeling it more like in the love sense. No, that's like where it's a no. You know what I'm talking about though when I'm saying that. In this kind of sense, it's like no. When it comes to like relationships though, I see you standing on ground. And it's because you're setting this standard for yourself that the kind of dirtbags fall away. Because you transformed yourself. See, and then there's this energy, see, like this deception and this is like an energy of, like people who, they want to use you because they know you're a good person. They want to get what they can out of you, get the girlfriend, boyfriend, husband, wife treatment when they're not offering that to you, not treating you as such. So, goodbye, bye-bye. And it's an energy of like, they may throw a tantrum, they may do that. You won't care anymore. If you don't like it, okay, bye, get out. This is what I feel is kind of the challenge was maybe for a while. And now I feel like you're overcoming these types of people. It's like hypocritical. And there's the wisdom, see, I feel that you have learned. So let me say, this reading has been mostly focused on you. And it honestly feels like it's headed towards, and some of you, it can be reconciliation with an old one or like a new love. Let me just throw for like new, I feel like I just want to throw, and it's feeling more like, let's see, how are people feeling about any love? What's coming through? Whether it's, okay, the Four of Cups, Ace of Cups. Okay, there's an old soulmate. This feels like the past, someone who you've dealt with. Somebody with a lot of conflict. It could be an earth sign. The sign really doesn't matter. There's a big energy here of, I feel you leveled up. And this person may very well, they may have chosen another person. They may have just been emotionally nasty, like detached from you. They got used to you maybe being extra loving all the time. And I feel like you've leveled up. And they are definitely missing your love. I mean, a Scorpio in a relationship is intense. And a lot of people, how do I say this? It's like, once you have it, and once it gets taken for granted, it's like, because you're coming out as like someone that's not easily gotten over. And I also feel like maybe there's an energy of like, maybe a lot of people took you for granted. And then when you stopped, that's when it's like, oh shit, they realize it. Unfortunately, some people are like that and need to go through that. Sometimes reconciliation can happen, other times not. Depends on your free will, their free will. I think there's an energy of like an old soulmate who there was like issues with, I feel like respects you now. They know you haven't reached out or whatever, and because you're coming out as like a quit, like no. Maybe where they once didn't respect you, now they are. I also feel like you've done a lot of healing. They have not. Now, if it's a twin, I try to use this term lightly. If it's like a twin flame situation, sometimes what happens with twin flames, it's like when one levels up and there's like a detachment, because twin flame can go both ways. It could be the most magical thing when the both people are ready. But a lot of times you're both meant to trigger one another, to bring out the darkness. You're going to trigger them, they're going to trigger you. And you're going to face yourself, they're going to face themselves. What happens sometimes is like one does the work, and because one does the work, the other one kind of does it as well. There's like a mimicked energy. Five of Swords. You're coming out like you have your guards up against them, and they know it. It almost feels like, should they come back? There is an energy of like, almost like, should they? No, you're coming out like an emperor. It's like a no. It's almost like a, yeah, okay, I'll believe it when I see, but I feel like also they will not affect you. I don't think you have anything really to worry about. See, your standards have risen and you're implementing them, because a lot of people, like, okay, it's like you could talk the talk, right, but walking the walk is one thing, especially with standard, like what you're going to tolerate. I feel like now you're actually walking the walk, and have been for quite some time. Three of Pentacles. Somebody's still bitter. Like someone has... they're still a little closed off to love. Somebody feels like a bit of a sex addict. Like they could be like a cheater. They may have... It just feels like an arrogant SOB. Whether it's a guy or a girl, I don't really care. It's like they think about you constantly and they lie about it. But I feel like this is like an energy. There's someone who's still kind of doing their things, kind of creating more karma for themselves. I also get an energy. Somebody may have lost a lot of money. This old one, and it feels like they're kind of pretending that they have it to get more people. And I also feel like actually it feels a little gold digging a little bit, to be honest. Devil. I feel like there's an energy of them kind of going after people who are abundant. It's almost like kind of bottom feedery. But I feel like those relationships not working out. Let me see new light, because I do feel a new beginning in love, should you choose it, from a new person. Let me see an energy. Let me just see. Two angels, dear God, dear universe. Please for Scorpio. How is this person feeling? Oh, the Ten of Cups. Eight of Wands. I almost feel like you may initiate it. The Moon. Temperance. An Ace of Cups. There's a big energy of new love. A secret love. Like hidden feelings coming through. You may be a little apprehensive. There is an energy coming through of like this Faith card. You may have been like, I feel like I'm kind of wanting, praying for, and then when you actually get it, it's like, oh shit. Oh shit, like someone's actually engaging me like romantically, or like trying to proposition me, take me out, romance me, you know what I mean. And it's almost like you're going into it maybe in a different way. I feel like you can maybe, I'll go so far as to say, expect some offers. And I feel that like you're going into it like a different person. Let them prove, I feel like, what they have to say. What am I saying? Let them again, okay, you just talking the talk, you're gonna walk the walk. And I feel like I almost don't have to say that. I feel like you are doing that. But what I do want to say though is like with this moon, because it's making me feel like play hard to get, but don't play that hard to get, if you know what I mean. Because it's like you want that perfect balance of a little hard to get, but like, don't be one of those. It's just like, okay, you're like unreachable. Okay, bye. Like people, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't turn into that. It's like a little bit hard to get. Yeah, like you need some standards, right? But I mean, if you're like at Mount Everest, like, okay, well, you go sit there. That would be my like, just don't take the standards and this to the point of like no return. It's like, hey, I'm not climbing all the way up there just to get a date. I know what I feel. I hope I'm saying it clear enough, but right, like, don't play that hard to get. Be a little, again, you need to be a little hard to get, but like, don't make it where people need to open this lock and this chain and climb over this hill and that mountain. Let's not get carried away. Yeah, no, that's just funny. This is nice energy, and I feel actually like an energy of a nice guy or gal approaching you, just the right amount. And I feel like because you balanced yourself out, there's like an energy of kings coming. Very stable energy. It will kind of, show you that, like, I want you, or like I need you, or like I really like you. I feel like it's someone who will be open with their emotions as well. Feels like a bit of a give and take. I know what I want to say, and it's almost like do what you're going to do. Queen, like when you're coming out in like a very beautiful energy. Victorious energy on kind of the high horse. Just remember to come down sometimes off that high horse, off the victory horse. You know what I mean? Don't be so unreachable that nobody can get to you. You know what I mean? Or, I need to be treated a certain way. It's like balance. That's what I feel. It's almost like treat me like a queen, right? And I'll treat you like a king. Just remember to treat the queen, depending on whatever way you go, it doesn't really matter. But when they show you, then you do it. I also get an energy here of like weed them out right away. Weed the people out. right away. Go into it almost, like, so what are you looking for? Like, are you looking for, like, so, not so maybe so blunt, like we're in court here, or like we're getting interrogated, but it's more like figure it out sooner rather than later. So what do you want? So where are you? Do you want a relationship? Do you want to, eventually marry? Like, what are you looking for? Figure out where people are so that you don't get upset. There's the 7 of 1, the 7-7 again, 7 of Wands, 7 of Pentacles, and there's that Empress. It's an energy of, again, if people are not on that page, of like monogamous, that let's say you're monogamous and you want monogamous, and maybe they're not sure yet, keep the boundary up. Okay, well, no, I'm not doing this, I'm not doing, you can do a little bit, but, keep your eggs. Don't put all your eggs in that basket. Stay clear on what you want, or what page you're on. If you want a monogamous relationship, then you can't expect like someone to, you can maybe push them for a little bit, but again, if they're not saying that, then cut them, but at the same time, it's like if they want all your attention, then you need to say it like it is. Well, listen, listen, hon, listen, buddy boy, you want this and that, right? But I want a monogamous relationship, or I want to go towards marriage, and you don't want that, so I'm not gonna go there with you. Like that. That's what I mean. And if they want it, they'll step it up, and if not, you go on your merry way and let them go on their merry way. Major changes I feel coming to your life. Okay, the Tower, faith. I really feel this is what you've been, it really feels like it, and I just feel like a divine major interventions coming. Some things, that which was unstable fell apart, and more stable or stabler foundations are being built because of that. It's almost like maybe, God or the angel, whatever, the universe answered your prayers in a way maybe that was a little unexpected to you. But that which is unstable will crumble. And maybe that's the way the prayer was answered, for something better to be rebuilt. There's a new romantic relationship when you're ready. All right, so Scorpio, I'm sending you much love. I really hope this reading resonated with you. For those of you who are interested in a private reading, you can email me down below. And I'm sending you much love. Bye-bye now.